It's the Gear Tester here, and welcome to part 2 of my Daniel Defense practical accuracy tests. Today I'm going to be shooting my Daniel Defense, my M4V1, and I'm going to be shooting it at approximately 30 yards. You can see that first target there. Then about 60 yards, there's a target here in the grass. See if I can point it out to you right here. Okay, so the first one's about 30 yards, the next one is about 60 yards. Then there is one up here by some stumps right in here, right there, at approximately 100 yards. And so what I'm wanting to test here is not necessarily or exclusively the usefulness of this rifle, but my competency and skill level with this particular rifle. If I do well, that will be a representation of the rifle. If I do poorly, that will not really be a good judge of this rifle, but it will be a good judge of my skills. And I'm out here today just trying to see what would it be like for me to shoot at these distances, okay, at these targets.
I chose to shoot 5-shot groupings here in keeping with the theme of practical accuracy. I think 5 shots is enough to show you how well or how poorly you're actually doing.
Here's target number 1. So this is at about 35 yards. You can see here I was holding right here, or I thought I was. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds there. So not a great group. I wish it was more centered, but I was holding right here, and so you can see in essence I'm on my target at 35 yards, which is what I would expect. Okay, again, I'm shooting from the taking one knee and then balancing on my secondary knee. That was not the best position. I understand that. People are going to roll into this and tell me that. I'm wanting to say, if I drop to a knee and take 5 shots, what can I do? And at 35 yards, this is what I'm doing. And I want to deal with that and face that reality with this rifle, the way it's zeroed, the way I'm shooting it. Okay? This is what I just did. Can I do better than that? You better believe it. Or at least I hope so. Let's go to target 2 and then 3 here. Here is target 2. This target is approximately at around 60 or 65 yards. Okay. Oddly, this group is more centered, and maybe I took a little more time with this group. This group is more centered than at about 30 yards or 35 yards. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pretty big group. Okay. I forget exactly how large these targets are, but I would imagine they are bigger than 12 inches. This Cold Steel Recon 1, one of the original Recon 1s, has basically a 4-inch blade. So let's say that this is 8 inches. Okay, so I'd say that that's probably about a 6.5-inch group with me taking the one knee. Again, I understand that I'm not shooting in the most accurate manner, but this is a good representation for me to understand how well I shoot my Daniel Defense rifle in a practical setting where I take a knee and I shoot here at 60 yards or 65 yards. That's the kind of group I'm going to get if I shoot at the speed I did, and this really shows why it is important, if you can, to get to a tree or some other stable platform, even laying down and laying your rifle on a backpack, to get a lot more stable groups. Okay. So I'm trying to give a representation here of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a rest. So if we're going to shoot, whether that's in a hunting scenario or potentially a defensive fighting scenario, something like that, if we can get to something where we can rest our rifle, okay, like so, we are going to be significantly more accurate, okay, when it comes to shooting, because it takes that wobble out that I had as I shot, because I would just taken one knee and was resting my left elbow, okay, kind of in my knee or on my knee there, boom. Okay, this would be a much better rest. Okay, I'd be more accurate, and I also have something between me and whatever might potentially be shooting at me. But okay, in a hunting scenario, being able to take a knee like this and press the gun against this stump and shoot at what I'm wanting to hit, I'd be a lot more accurate. Again, even a standing tree like this, I don't have to use, I mean, I guess a branch like this is nice to be able to but I can just rest the gun like so against the tree branch in order to shoot, or against the tree, the main portion of the tree here, okay, the beam of the tree, and be able to shoot like that. Boom, boom, boom. Much more accurate. And so this is a good representation of what I'm going to do with this rifle in this moment in time. So again, I'm just trying to help maybe lower expectations or make people a little more realistic YouTube and the ability to edit things and movies make us think that every bullet hits where we're aiming at. Again, all these shots would have been on a humanoid target in the upper chest cavity at 65 yards. That would have stopped the threat. Certainly all 5 rounds combined would have done that. In the same setting, if I'm holding, because again I was holding right here on this dot, something like this was a good representation of if I'm shooting a coyote or a deer, okay? From a broadside position, my bullets would have had effect. So there is bench rest shooting and wanting to do our premium best in terms of accuracy, and then there is practical shooting. And this is an example of my practical abilities in this moment, at this place, at 60 or 65 yards. Let's go to target 3. Here you see target number 3. So this is at 100 yards, and I'm pretty sure that this is at 100 yards. When I was out here a couple weeks ago with a friend, we lased to this distance, to these stumps, okay? So this is 100 yards, and you can see I did not do well here. One shot in my big sticky target from Birchwood and Casey, and then one shoulder shot, and then I missed with 3 other rounds. So again, practical accuracy, this is why it's so important, if you can, to get to a place where you can take a rest, to get to a position where you can rest the rifle on something like these stumps, okay? This stump that this is stapled to would have been perfect as a rest. Laying a backpack down, getting to maybe a little ridge or something, or even a tree where you can lean that gun across and get a more consistent shooting platform, okay?
If you liked this video, if you liked the concept of practical accuracy and me doing tests on it, leave a comment down below and let me know what other firearms you'd like to see me do practical accuracy tests on. Also, leave a comment down below or give this video a like if you want to see a 3rd installment of my Daniel Defense practical accuracy tests. If I get 20 or 30 likes on this video, I'll start work on a 3rd installment, and hopefully I will prove to be more accurate than I was in this last test. In the past, I've done practical accuracy tests on my Ruger Gunsight Scout. That's a bolt action rifle chambered in .308, as well as a practical accuracy test on a Marlin 336. That's a 30-30 lever action rifle. If you're interested in those videos, look for a playlist in the description of this video called Practical Accuracy Tests. Click on it and it will take you there. Thank you very much for your views and your subscriptions. This is the Gear Tester signing off.